until like, the game comes out. It never
Oh,
stops.
November.
It
Well,
never
I'm gonna give you guys an exclusive scoop because I think I accidentally found the code name of the games.
What was the code name?
Whoa.
Orion.
Oh, like the no.
Because
Oh, wow.
yeah, because they were playing they were playing the trailer on the big screen in Nintendo New York, and they were using they were using VLC because I can tell on full screen, and the file name was Orion underscore reveal trailer underscore en underscore us dot mp4.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I'll be curious why it's called Orion, because that to me that reminds me of the stars. I think of when I hear
Mhm.
Orion,
Orion. I was like, yeah, it's kind of like is it like a galaxy or something?
like a constellation, I
Well,
believe.
well, yeah, constellation.
Constellation.
Or
Okay.
actually, well, Orion was the guy with the sword.
Mm.
The guy with the sword.
Remember
Oh
the
yeah.
Oh,
No, yeah,
mythology?
yeah, yeah. Now you mentioned it.
yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense. Orion was the warrior and the mythical warrior, or the Roman warrior, I think.
Well, it would explain why both of the. Thanks, Richie. I would explain why both of the logos for the game have the same like dog head on it. Maybe it's just the sword and
Yeah.
shield of the same character. So maybe there's only
Hmm.
like one main character. I mean, one main legendary that has two different forms.
Maybe,
Hmm.
At least
or
that's.
a legendary that has legendary that's more offensive, and another one that's more defensive.
But would that justify having? But this is the first one that has like the logo, and the logo of the actual Pokemon looks very similar
Right.
on both. Like it's not like they don't like two different unique logos, and that's what I find a little interesting.
Maybe they're two different forms.
So yeah,
Hmm.
it's, essentially we have one legendary, but it has two forms that you can go see, that you can
Yeah,
catch, or
probably.
and you can only catch one version in each game.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I guess. Well, I'm already streaming, so for the people who are slowly popping in here, I guess the first thing I want to do is get like first reactions. Like, what was your initial reaction when you saw the gameplay footage? Because that's all in here is the gameplay footage of our new games, Pokemon Shield and Sword. So, Vanessa, I'll start with you. Like, what were
Um,
your
my
initial?
initial,
Yeah.
uh, my initial reaction, I was basically impressed with everything I saw though, because I was like, my this morning it was a little crappy, so I had to rewatch the trailer like for me to appreciate more. But just like right now, from whatever they gameplay they have, it looks everything looks gorgeous. Just everything. I was like, I just like loving every bit of it right now. So I'm so curious what's like the finished product's gonna be after the next like until like November comes around. I'm assuming.
So you're perfectly fine, and I guess maybe the region. Like, are you cool? Because it's obviously based in like Britain.
In UK.
Yeah, London.
Yeah, because I kind of figured because I saw some like videos like in the past like they were like hinting like it could probably be in the UK and then they were like basing off from I guess from past games how they were able to usually upcoming games they able to predict what could be the next region possibly be. So like I seen those like so I was watching those type of videos and then there so like I was like I think it's they're probably saying it might be the UK so that and it looks like very definitely very UK based.
Yeah, because that's what I thought was kind of interesting with it. But first I'll let TSS, since you will be leaving at any second now for the bus. First
Yeah.
Well,
thoughts and impressions.
I still have I still have like 10 minutes, but I can do this right now. Well, when I first saw the reveal trailer, first of all, I liked the fact that they didn't BS. It was just Ichihara coming out saying, "Listen, we have something new," and just showed it. They didn't like spend 5 minutes sugarcoating it. They just got right into it, and I like that. Uh, and then when they showed the gameplay footage, first of all, the first thing that I noticed is that the asset texture resolution, the polygon resolution is not very high. So it's probably going to be, and it's 30 FPS. So because I saw it, because if you see on the trailer, you'll see some aliasing around the 3D models. Not saying that it looks bad, but it's like you could tell that they didn't use any anti-aliasing here. But I was glad to see that Wild Battles are back in the original format because that's what people wanted. Seeing the gym looks amazing. I don't know why the character was wearing a soccer uniform, but okay, maybe they'll
Yeah.
implement sports as a gimmick. That would be nice. Um, the region, the Glaw region looks very linear. So, I mean, there might be a difference. There might be, oh, you might cut through forests or something, but the region looks very linear, just like the UK. And I still remember this morning reading some tweets, and they said one guy jokingly said, "Pokemon Tesco's and Pokemon Asda."
Oh God, Jesus. I'm
And
not.
then it
I'm
was
not gonna say words for or against that. That's all I'll say. You're gonna.
well, and also the starters look great. I think. They're not the best looking starters, but they look okay. I mean, I've seen far worse design, like a
What
fire rabbit.
I was gonna say. What's your favorite of the three of them?
That's very difficult at this time. I'll have to see how things play out. But first impressions, like,
Technical difficulties.
because in Japanese it's called Mison. The funny thing is, the Japanese name for Scour Bunny is like Key Bunny, which is the same thing. So they literally translated that one. And the grass monkey is called Sarunori, which basically means like uh, seaweed monkey. I mean, I have to see if that's the nori that they mean. They probably mean something else. But I found that interesting. Um, and also Masuda being the producer again, because I thought he was going to be stepping down. That was wrong.
Oh yeah,
So
that's true.
yeah, but Omori's going to be directing. Be interesting to see how he handles this. Um, but the gameplay looks good. I like the scenery, the cutscenes. They're very well. They look like they're very well made, even though for beta testing, alpha stage essentially. And I can't wait to see what future trailers we're going to get. Probably going to get another trailer at E3. Probably going to be revealing some stuff in the treehouse later on. You know, I'm happy about it. I'm like I told folks last night on KG stream. You know, I would have been happy if it was going to either be Gen 8 or a DP remake. At least it was Gen 8, and they came out swinging and they didn't, do any bullshit. So I'm extremely happy
Okay,
about the reveal.
Richie, we'll give you get your first thoughts on the region, and then I'll go back to Vanessa because I didn't ask you about the starters, but just Richie, first impressions based off of what you saw in the trailer.
Well, first of all, I didn't get to see this until like much later because I had initially planned to watch this when it first premiered, but of course, sleeping schedule wouldn't allow me to do it. But when I did see it eventually, I was very, I was very surprised of how good it really looked. Although I understand that, it may not look as grand because the alpha stage and all that, and the things that TSS was talking about. Um, I kind of like the shots where, let me see if I can find it here. I kind of like the shots of the background mountains because it kind of just tells me how far we came from from like the Game Boy all the way to now to a home console. Because who would have thought that we gotten to this point. Um, I did like how the characters look, and I thought the soccer touch, as far as the human segment, was pretty cool. I imagine that probably Gen 8 will probably get a chance to basically do a bit more as far as like not just Pokemon battles and training. Like I imagine we could probably do like soccer and um, just more things we can do than what the average Pokemon trainer would do.
Right.
So as far as general impressions though, because that's what the question is asking, I really like it. I think the region looks beautiful, and I think considering it's on a home console, I think it gives Game Freak a lot of room to start hitting on the edges and doing the things that they couldn't do on previous consoles because of the limited power. Now, as far as the stars are concerned, I'm still trying to get used to how they look because I'm not too sold on them. But that doesn't mean I won't like them. It's just that I don't know. I guess in other words, I'm just getting used to them at this point. But I do like I kind of do like the fire bunny because I never thought that would be a thing. And as far as the other ones, I mean, I feel like some of the concepts for those other two were kind of used in a way. But if they could find a way to make it unique for this generation, then I don't necessarily mind it. So overall, I really like the trailer. I do agree with TSS that they weren't bullshitting. They
were honest with you.
Yeah, the visuals looked really good. The trainers, especially on the home console, looked pretty damn good. So at this point, I'm just waiting for more information because I'm pretty excited.
Okay.
So I enjoy it very much.
And Vanessa, since we didn't get to see, which of the starters are you leaning towards?
Right now I'm more leaning towards the fire bunny actually.
Okay. I'm gonna just.
Yeah, what's up?
All right, listen. Here's the thing.
I was a huge Bugs Bunny fan, so yes.
I'm just throwing my head in
Yeah,
here.
it's gonna Bing Chingus, so it's all good.
Oh god, Jesus! I was gonna throw my head in here. So, rabbits are my favorite animal. So there was no question that my favorite of the starters was gonna be the fire bunny. I love rabbits. That's one of my. So I was, and he looks good. It's not like I'm getting fucking Diggersby again. So thank God.
Oh my goodness!
I needed something good. I can understand the argument against Grunk. Was it Groki or Grunky? Grooky.
Grocky.
Oh, Grocky.
Which is actually funny because Grocky, yeah. See the guy didn't like Grocky either.
He's asshole.
Wait.
Grocky, actually also is a name of a character from the Time Bokan series.
TSS always hitting
1975.
Always hitting us with the random facts. But Grocky,
I'm waiting for the 8.
I think the biggest issue with Grocky is that Gen 7 had 2 monkeys in it already, so it wasn't like it wasn't like there wasn't enough monkey representation. So I can agree with the idea. And same thing with Sobble. We already had our frog representation, our lizards. It wasn't like those aren't 2 animals that haven't already been used before. Grocky, I think, is the only one that looks like inherently weird to me. Like it's just a weird fucking design. I think it's the coloring. I just don't imagine a green monkey. I'd be curious. I might go through the effort later on to see what animals they're based on, out of curiosity. But it was gonna be Score Bunny for me anyway. Like there was no question. I like the fact that it's in London. I was sitting there analyzing the shit out of the trailer this morning when it aired, just to see how the route would go and how you would. And I think I got like the first beginning of it. Although I did notice I only saw like 6 gyms. I didn't see like 7. You can see kind of the outline of the gym on the map. I can't find all 8 gyms, so I'm curious about all that stuff. I think it looks beautiful. I do understand that people are concerned about. It just seems like an up-res of a Gen 7. Like it doesn't seem like a full.
Oh, brother!
It doesn't like for.
Well, the Pokemon that we still carried over.
Like you can see that there's not. It's not. They're definitely making strides. I don't want to put down the game, but you can tell the game still kind of suffers from using a similar engine. Maybe not the exact same engine, but they're using similar engines from the 3DS games. And I think it's although the world looks beautiful, that's what's fucking helping. The world looks beautiful, but models and especially the character and Pokemon models look like they're probably like up-res from the 3DS
Yeah.
significantly. I but everything else I don't have an issue with for the most part. I know a lot of people said they don't care for the male trainer's base look. I don't have really an issue with it. I kind of like the bummy look he's going for because it gives him a different style than the other characters have. Because everyone else looks a little bit more like playful. They also look older, but that could be just the design.
The design, yeah.
Because they don't look 10.
Yeah, I would say it's more the design.
I think so too, because they look taller to me too. Like I guess.
Yeah, it's just a little bit taller.
Yeah, it's like a more lanky design, and it's just
Yeah.
different. It's different from what we're used to seeing.
I want to say this about Sobel, just because with the other two, I couldn't really come up with a comparison on the spot. But for whatever reason, Sobel, if that's how you pronounce it, of course, Sobel gives me a Sobel gives me a Kecleon vibe for some reason.
Oh, they
Just
are.
the way
They're both lizards.
Yeah, I mean, that and I don't know why, but I guess a little bit of Poliwhirl in some sense. So I don't know why. I'm a little bit weird, but anyways,
We have people who represent. I'd be curious who our current our resident Poliwhirl thinks of the starters. She I know she was in Nintendo New York.
I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, is she gonna co-sign on the blue on the blue lizard?
She went to the thing over at Nintendo New York.
Yeah, she went to the Nintendo New York thing, but I think her and TSS went at 2 different times. Like, TSS went later.
Yeah, I went during the actual event. She went during the direct.
Yeah, I figured. I guess just to kind of get into it. So, because TSS brought it up about how the world looks kind of linear to me. And based off the trailer, I noticed that it doesn't, at least based off of the scenes that your character start. Because I think we can all kind of agree this is beta footage. Well, not beta. I guess beta footage.
Yeah, it's not the final
alpha footage. Yeah, it's not final.
Because you can tell that, because a lot of people are complaining in the comments about how the world looks so empty, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is not how it's gonna be in the final game. Like, this is obviously trailer footage. And
I mean, think about how Unova looked like, right? When it first was revealed, it looked very bland, but after we found some trailers, it became more fleshed out.
Yeah, because like...
Yeah, so I'm not too worried about the whole linear thing, to be quite honest then.
Yeah, because like... the way this game is at least the way it's been shown off in its first trailer, I think the idea was just to get you to a sense of a world. That's probably the reason, because we're going to talk about this in a second, because I wanted to talk about the contention that some people are having, that they feel like it's a step backwards to go from losing the Pokemon in the overworld versus going back to traditional turn-based battles. There seems to be a split on it. Some people are happy about it, some people are not. So I'm going to ask that in a second. I just want to bring this up to everyone else. This is obviously not the finished game, so people need to calm down as far as the world looking empty. There's obviously going to be more here, and if there's not, by E3 we should start seeing evidence of that, if not earlier. Like it's the end of February. We got like at least, I want to say, 6 or 7 months before the game comes out. Like this game hasn't even. This game probably won't go gold.
Probably like what, fall?
8 months, yeah.
What do you think it's? I think it's gonna be a November release. If I had to take it.
Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, November release.
Well, the funny thing is, on the Japanese one, it said Fuyu, which is winter.
But see, that leans into like January though, doesn't it?
No, it says 2019, which means December.
So you think it'll be a December game?
We don't know.
I mean, if it's a December game, I don't mind.
I mean, November, December, it's so close, it's not that relevant. But
yeah, it's not a big deal.
Just to ask the question, because I brought it up earlier, do you feel like it was a step back? And I'll start with TSS this time. Do you think it was a step back, switching from the Pokemon in the overworld time versus having it back like encounters like the old games? Because I'll say personally, I think part of the reason why they didn't do it is because I think it would just kill the fucking Switch. Like, that's over 800 and some Pokemon, plus however many more we're adding in for this game that you gotta have constantly in the overworld, and it does, and it's weird, and it doesn't. There's no point in it because you still have to fight them. You still fight them. I'm assuming it would still be battles. Like, if you were gonna dedicate yourself to this whole like just putting the motto in the world, that would imply you're gonna go the Let's Go formula, or else would you half-ass it, where the Pokemon's in the world but you still gotta battle it. Like, But I'm just curious, what do you prefer, and do you think it was a step back?
I don't think it's a step back because it's going back to the roots because now every encounter is going to be random and you don't know what's going to happen. So I don't believe it's a step back. I think it's just an evolution, like all of the games.
Okay, Richie.
I agree with TSS. I like this old fashioned style better because, and this was something I kind of got into a little bit of a heated debate about. And I'm kind of going to go into the shiny hunting topic, which is, a little bit different, but it's almost the same topic.
So it's
and
only
it kind
because
of
I
relates.
think it's more convenient and let's go. That's part of the reason why I know people.
Right. But anyways, but basically, I was kind of arguing with another series veteran who had followed the series for a while, and she argued that the way that Let's Go did it will be preferred because of the fact that way not much time is going to be wasted into knowing that, hey, I'm looking for this mod, and then you might waste all your time, like let's say 2 weeks, 5 weeks, and even months, because I've actually heard people gone that far as far as shiny hunting is concerned. On the other hand, I say, well, then that means when you finally do accomplish it, it's finally worth it. Oh no, I prefer the old fashioned style better, where I don't want the game to tell me that, hey, you may or may not get this. I just want to figure out for myself. And I understand that Let's Go was doing that because they wanted to cater to the people that aren't really familiar with the series, but I don't really buy it too much because I think you could still do that while still accomplishing that goal of catering to the not so common folks in the series. But overall, I like the change. I don't really see that as like a step back. It may seem like a step back in terms of if you want to bring in new folks, but there's nothing wrong with learning new tricks, right? So I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with it personally. Okay,
Technically, it's not a Let's Go game, so it should have to follow them the same mechanics.
I mean, yeah, it shouldn't.
yeah, Vanessa.
I was like, for me,
Yeah,
actually, yeah, actually for me it's not a step back at all too, because I'm personally I wasn't a fan of the Let's Go mechanics, so I was kind of glad they kind of went back a bit just to traditional style. So I actually prefer that because I remember I had a hard time trying to adjust it when I played Let's Go originally, and then also I wonder it would probably be a hassle too for doing, maybe we're gonna be at this point maybe 900, maybe 1,000 Pokemon, try to like program all that. So I'm okay with the what they had there when I saw in the trailer. I wasn't complaining at all. So I
yeah,
was like,
yeah. I understand. I got you.
yeah.
Um, and it's the same for me because people need to understand, like, this is still an RPG. Like, taking away random battles to me takes away part of the fun of the game. And I also don't think having the Pokemon walk in a specific like line in circles in the grass, to me, if you're gonna do that, like, it needs to be an open world game. And all of this seems to be one of the more open games in the franchise, at least based off of initial trailer impressions. I still don't think it means like it's not like I think people are looking at this like almost like they look at like Dragon Quest or like Final Fantasy, like.
Yeah, I think so too.
And although it will always have those elements, like at the end of the day, Pokemon has always been a pretty linear game, and I don't think, and it's also been a pretty. Most people refer to Pokemon as a baby's first RPG. I feel like taking away turn-based battles loses half of the appeal of being an RPG. It kind of makes the journey, like, it fits the whole catch 'em all moniker, but that works in Let's Go because Let's Go only had 151 Pokemon, and that game's structure could be morphed to fit that style. I don't feel like new regions need to hold themselves to this ridiculous moniker when Game Freak themselves barely use it anymore. Because I think that was the main appeal to me for having that kind of Let's Go mechanic was, well, now you legit could catch them all because it was so convenient to just see them on the overmap and go into them. It's an RPG. You got to grind. That's just how RPGs are.
Mm-hmm.
And I prefer that, personally. I prefer a grindier RPG because I want to get my money out of it. I don't want to sit there and breeze through the game in 20 hours and go, yeah, I spent $60 on this. It was totally worth the money.
Hmm.
But I guess the next thing, and I'll go in reverse order this time, is the question of gyms. Because based off of the trailer and images, we have seen at least a grass gym, if nothing else. And based off the design of the gym, if you look on the main map, you can see like 6 other buildings, 6 at least, buildings that have that exact same style. So it's kind of implied we're going to have gyms again. Did you guys were you guys happy? Do you prefer gyms? Would you rather them try something different like they did in Gen 7? Vanessa, I'll start with you.
I actually didn't really think of much of this, but the trials didn't bother me that much overall. But then I guess and then I guess I'm not so surprised like they're going back to gyms. So which I don't mind really. I don't really have much of an opinion on it. But I'm not. I was wondering if they're gonna probably like do. I wonder if it makes me happy if they do something like a new mechanic or something with the gyms, then I'll probably be okay with it. Like, because I saw that soccer field, so I was like wondering if they're gonna do something in that or I don't know. But
Okay, Richie.
I was actually pretty happy about returning back to the gyms because I figured that that since they weren't doing gyms in Gen 7 and just the way that the people were giving feedback as far as that, I think Game Freak kind of knew that returning to gyms in Gen 8 would be the move. Now, as far as the whole, 6 or 8 gyms debate that's been going on because we only see 6 on the map. I'm personally not too worried about it because as we were literally just talking about at the top of the hour, there's not much we don't know yet, and I don't really think unless they really want to, and I will admit I'll be wrong if it does get confirmed to be if it is confirmed to be 6, but I think people are looking too hard into it. I still think it'll be 8 gyms. We don't know much about the region, and there's certainly a whole lot of information that we don't know about. So I'm just a wait and see type of thing as far as that topic is concerned. But overall, as far as the gyms coming back, I'm fine with it. I kind of did miss the gyms, and considering we're going back to the main series formula, I mean, it's a welcome back for me. So overall, I like the move.
Okay, TSS.
Well, I think since they were pushing sports a lot in the anime for Gen 7, I would not be surprised if these gyms have some kind of different sports challenges along with the gym battles as a requirement instead of having like tons of underlings. Maybe there's kind of like athletic challenges that you have to have your trainer do with your Pokemon or whatever. That would be actually really fun to try. Imagine trying to, you have to go through like an ice skating level and then battle, or a soccer level, or a golf, or a baseball. That would actually be a very cool mechanic to try out.
And it's interesting too because I'm glad you mentioned it, and I think it was Crystal Revolver in the chat mentioned about how Game Freak tends to get away with too much, get a pass on too much, and they need to be held more accountable. This kind of goes.
I do agree with that coming too.
This goes directly into the gym conversation. I don't have an issue with gyms returning, but I want them to try to make gyms unique. The two things about gyms I hate it is that like gyms have like cool puzzles in them, but you only do them once, and then after you're done with them, it's like, oh well, I guess it's on to the next one. The one thing I appreciate Gen 5 did is Gen 5 tried to make the gym leaders relevant in the main plot. I want that to happen purely because I think gym leaders are one of the most underutilized characters in the first place. 2, having gimmicks that tie in with the world of the culture of that region also helps. The fact that this is based in Britain or London or whatever, the UK, and soccer or football over there is a very popular sport, I would not mind that being kind of a correlation for each gym. Like the grass gym, it makes sense. You would be playing a game of soccer because that's what you do it on a grass field. Maybe I want some variety, and I don't want them just to lean back into the here's 8 new character designs for you to like for 10 seconds, and then you beat them once and you never address them again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that to be a thing. I want there to be like a legit evolution on the gym battles. Also, thank you, Saiyan 4414 for subscribing. I think someone donated bits too. Oh no, it was just okay. It was just subscribing.
Oh wow.
I couldn't tell. I saw the thing drop. I saw my animation go off. I was like, where the hell is it? I'm like, oh, there they are. But my whole point is that I want variety in my gyms. I don't want it to be just the same. Oh, here's a puzzle. You fight the gym leader and you never talk to the gym leader again. Because to me, that was like the worst aspect of Gen 6. Gen 6 has like one good gym leader, and that's Karina, and that's because there was a storyline involving her.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, it's still compared to the other. I think Gen 6 to me has the most forgettable gym leaders, purely on that basis because they don't stick out much. I'm tired of these.
I'd like to actually add something else.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, imagine if these sports things are on the parts of the gym, right? So imagine if you have extra challenges that unlock after the post game. So it's kind of like a battle tower sort of thing with each of those. That will add some extra playability post game.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And it kind of gets into the argument because a lot of people are concerned that this game is going to be linear because of the way the map is structured. And it looks like literally a straight up and down mark. Now, this is me on some analytical shit, so if you're willing to humor me for a few minutes, I appreciate it. Also, thank you, Lightning, for hosting. I appreciate it. So, in the trailer, you see the steampunk area. We see it when they're introduced to the 3 starters, and you see the player ride a train, or you see a train going early game. From what it looks like, it seems like you're going to curve around. You're going to start at the bottom and then curve up to the left, the upper left, and then at some point make a turn to the right and go down. That's my assumption. But if you notice, there's this weird gap in between the train tracks. Like, the train tracks go through a cave on the side left. And actually, you know what I should be doing? I should just have the main picture of the fucking map open, and that would be an easier understanding. Give me 1 second. It's just a lot, dude. It's always exciting when a new Pokemon game comes out. I mean, even gets announced. Because hell, we don't even know what the professor or the rivals are like, or even the evil team for the region.
And also, one additional thing, Ishihara says that this is not the only game coming out.
What do you mean?
He said that there was going to be more coming out this year.
Well, I mean, you mean for Pokemon, or you mean just from Game Freak? My answer will never.
No, because he said they're gonna. Or so if they're talking in the Pokemon context, they're gonna be doing something else.
I'd be curious to see what the hell that is then, because I can't imagine. Well, what do you think that's like? See, my question would be: is that like DLC? Are they gonna add like extra content to the game, or? No,
I think it's just going to be a set. Maybe we're going to be getting an extra game that's going to be on the download service, like an online service.
Oh, you mean like, okay, I got you, like a smaller title?
Yeah.
Could be.
I could probably see it.
I could see it. I don't know if it. I guess the question is how much that matters, for whether that's the right reason or a wrong reason. I don't know if we want to go full like hardcore speculation of like what gyms we're gonna get, what mechanics are gonna be in each gym, because we see a few different locations. We see the winter area, we see like the grassland area with like the lake at the end early in the trailer. They got like this misty forest or foggy forest that you can get into, and kind of just what the, because it's weird because like it's only a 2-minute trailer, but there's like a lot of regional things there that people are interested in, but like there's not a lot to go off of because it's not everything, and it's the issue of not knowing that's killing us, so to speak. I guess I'll go in this direction. What are you the most excited for? And we'll start with Vanessa.
Let's see. So far, I guess what I'm most excited for right now is like I guess like since there's not so much information, I'm just mostly excited. What else more is gonna be revealed? Like I'm like, it, especially what I've seen so far, it looks like like from the couple scenes that they showed us, like everything looks gorgeous. But I'm just really curious, like if the gameplay or anything might change a little bit. But since we don't have that much information, it's kind of hard for me to really say which I'm mostly excited about. But that's how I feel right at the moment.
Okay. TSS.
Um, I'm most excited about finally having a real mainline Pokemon game to play on the TV.
Because Let's Go wasn't enough for you. You weren't satisfied.
Yeah, because that's a motion control gimmick, and I can't do that.
You ain't.
Let's go, huh?
Yeah.
More like let's go to a real Pokemon game. Ha!
Jesus Christ.
I hated that motion.
Because remember, Let's Go, you couldn't use the Pro Controller on, and now this game you probably can because the motion controls are probably not required.
Well, yeah, I don't imagine they'll keep the. I mean, the motion controls might still be there as like a side option, but it's definitely not the main option.
Yeah.
Well, I say this, but Nintendo.
Now that he mentioned about the motion control, I'm hoping you can use the game controller because I hated that you couldn't use that for Let's Go.
Well, that was just a weird fucking design choice. Like that game, it's kind of like when Nintendo used to force you to use the Wii mode on certain games back then. It's that same kind of mentality. It's like, I get that you think that this is the best way to control the game, and in some cases, fine, I'll give it to you, but that's like a 50-50 shot in the dark versus like giving people the option to use the other game. So that I can agree with the idea of like, make the motion controls optional. I don't care they're in the game. The one thing also I wanted to do, and I'm surprised Let's Go doesn't do this, use the fucking touchscreen. You had the touchscreen. Why not use the touchscreen on the game that had touch controls because it was based off of a phone game? Like, that's insane to me. Hell, I hate the Smash Brothers doesn't do that. You have these big fucking icons, and I can't just tap them to go to a menu. I gotta fucking still use the buttons on the controller. It's like you don't realize you have a fucking tablet. Jesus. Sorry, it's a little side rant. Richie, what are you the most excited for?
Besides what they both have said, I'm kind of looking forward to and this was something I kind of thought about for 2 minutes while you guys were talking. I'm kind of curious and kind of excited, if true, of the uniqueness of Gen 8. And by that, you're talking about, make the gyms more unique, make the characters, well, specifically gym leaders, more relevant, and also just to be a bit more different, what more the activities that you could potentially do at Gen 8 other than what the average Pokemon trainer has to do. So I'm not talking about like grinding levels and battling other people, because we all know that there's going to be a lot of opportunities to do that and stuff. But I'm talking about like where in the trailer where they showed your character like wearing some sort of soccer uniform heading inside a stadium. I'm wondering how often we can do that, and if it's not just going to be soccer, because I think that if you want to promote the idea that hey, the Pokemon trainer could do more than just battling, because I know some other gens tried to do that, but I felt like it wasn't explored and utilized not well enough, but more so of it's underutilized. Like it was a potential idea that never struck rich because it never got that much attention. So the one thing I'm kind of excited for Gen 8 is this: what more sad activities besides the potential soccer that our character is supposedly going to do in the trailer? What more can we do? Because I like to see the trainer more involved in the region other than just battling gym leaders and battling the trainers, basically. Because I kind of want Pokemon to try something new and actually stick with it, because I think it could work out. But it's just, I guess they just never really thought of it too well. So yeah, that's the one thing I'm potentially excited for if they're going to do something like that.
Right. And just to kind of get back on the visuals for a second, because this is one thing I noticed, and I'm curious if anyone else agrees with me. This game kind of has, I won't say steampunk, but it has a kind of a grungy look to it. And it reminds me a little bit of like Coliseum back on the GameCube, with its kind of like, I want to say punk. What's the word I'm looking for? Like the whole factory setting.
Well, it looks very industrial, like
Yeah,
British industrial era.
that's what it is. That's what it reminds me of. And I was curious if was I the only one who noticed that? Because I got slight Coliseum vibes when I started seeing those areas. Even like how like the main character's house is covered in vines and shit. Like it doesn't seem like, and even our main male character at least has this weird like slobbish look to him and whatnot. Like it doesn't hit me as like the traditional main character. Like I mean, he's still doing the ever smiling face. Even when he dies, he'll be smiling. But it seems like the world has a little bit more personality, and it's not just this. Oh, look at this clean house. Look at this clean house. Look at these clean doors. Look at like, it doesn't seem like, it seems more real. I guess I don't know how to describe it.
Well, both of the protagonists look British. Like the style of like clothing, it definitely looks British influenced.
So it's more of them just taking in the culture of the region is based off.
Yeah.
Of.
Mm-hmm.
Which I can understand. I can agree with that. Also notice that there are slight different animations in certain things. Like for example, if you notice the scene where the girl's walking and she encounters a Pokemon, instead of doing the obvious where the screen flashes and then we go into the battle, it gets like this kind of weird, I don't know what you call it. Like it zooms in for a second and you get like these blue sparks that come off of the character and then it goes right into the fight. Because TSS mentioned that this is in 30 frames, right?
That's 30 frames per second, yes.
Do you think the game's gonna run that, or do you think that's just beta footage?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you have no doubt in your mind this is gonna be a 30 FPS game.
Correct, because Let's Go's engine was 30 FPS too, so I imagine that this is based off the same engine.
Probably so. It wouldn't surprise me. But they are at least here. It feels like they're making use of that power with like these detailed environments and shit. Like
yeah,
the
they probably had
hills
sacrifice
and
frame rates for that, yeah.
I guess, and for an RPG, it's not the worst thing in the world to, like a turn-based RPG, is not the worst thing in the world to lose 30 frames. But if they're gonna do that, I want these models to get updated because that sequence where you see the male trainer walk out into like the stadium with the soccer outfit on, you can see like how low res his shoes are and shit, and I'm like,
It's very aliased, yeah.
yeah, and you're just sitting there going, yeah, this if I'm only playing at 30 frames, I want this to be like, I want this to be a beautiful fucking 30 frames. God damn it, that's how we.
Get my money's worth.
Exactly. If you're gonna make me spend $60 on another fucking Pokemon game, I want to get the most I can get out of it. I'm interested to see how this goes. The one thing I did want to mention is that, and I alluded to it earlier when I was talking about how the trail looks like you're going on the train and then you go into the industrial area first. There's like this huge gap where there's like this grassland with a bunch of water in it that it doesn't look like you can directly get to, like, without like going out of your way to get down there. And I'm curious if that's post game or not. Actually, what was the damn picture I had up here a second ago? Yeah, here it is. It's kind of cut off, unfortunately. But on the stream, at the bottom, you can see a mountain with the train tracks coming out of it, and then see this like grassy area under that with like this huge wall, when there's like a bunch of, I guess minor little lakes in there. And I'm curious. That's gotta be, to me, that's gotta be late game. Like I think they want you to do like a kind of a reverse U, like a horseshoe shape, where you start off at the bottom, you go up, and then you go right back down to the bottom, and eventually you go up to do the Victory Road / champion stuff. I don't know. These are the things I started kind of geeking out in the morning, and I hate this shit when you're at work and you're a little bit too hyped about something else, so you can't focus.
I wish I was able to think about it like that.
Well, I couldn't think about anything else for a while. I was just kind of like, God, because for me, I was just happy that it wasn't a fucking remake.
That's one good thing.
Because I was so tired, and I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic about this game. I'm not gonna say I'm full blown hype, but it looks good. it definitely has some rough edges, and we don't know some things. Like, we don't know about any of the characters. I mean, obviously this is the first trailer. I'm curious if they're even gonna do what they did with what was it, Sun and Moon, where they released like small clip videos like every few weeks and shit. New Pokemon, or if they're gonna go we're just gonna do blowouts, one like maybe 2 or 3 blowouts, and then the game comes out.
I kind of prefer the Sun Moon approach then.
Where you get drip feed like a few Pokemon in a video, and then you wait a few.
Yeah,
weeks
because I don't want. Yeah, because I don't want too much from my play. I kind of want to be surprised each time. Like I want because let's say March the 13th, right? Like let's say a new Pokemon is revealed. I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait for the next one. And then let's say it comes out like a month later. Like it helps to build up the excitement for me.
But do you
because
go
ahead.
No, go ahead.
You go. All right. So, but basically, basically, in other words, I don't want too much on my plate. I kind of like the idea that hey, 1 month you get like 3 or 4 Pokemon revealed. Next month you get this much, plus like a few of the new gym leaders. Same shit, and maybe a little bit about the evil team, if there is going to be one. I kind of prefer that approach because it helps to keep my excitement in check. So, I don't know. I just don't prefer a whole lot of shit on just one blog post or video or whatever they like to call, or press releases, if you will.
I think the only thing is that people were concerned. I remember people were somewhat concerned about Sun and Moon's release, because Sun and Moon, it felt like they gave us too much of the game. Like by the time the game came out, we were aware of at least a good third of the game purely off of trailers. It also depends on how many new Pokemon are in this region, because that was one of the biggest issues with Gen 7 and 6. They didn't have a big roster of new Pokemon, so when they started talking about trailers for when they started showing off new Pokemon. Like, I think in Sun and Moon's case, they showed off every new Pokemon. Like, it was not a lot.
That's that's why I kind of prefer they take their time reviewing stuff, so shit like that doesn't necessarily happen. And I don't mind waiting out. Like, if I have to wait like a month and a half, or even 2 for that matter, if I have to wait that long for new information, then I'm fine with it, because I don't want to be spoiled so much about the game. I'd rather just take my time to know what I'm gonna get, what I'm gonna be getting in these games.
I know that there's gonna be like a huge demo on Treehouse at E3. We know that for a fact.
Oh, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just to see like the first half hour of gameplay, that would, I think, whet a lot of people's appetites and hold them over for a few months.
Do you think they should show off the rivals, and maybe it's the early game characters like the Professor? You think those should be shown off before E3 or until E3?
Yeah.
I think before it's fine. Yeah, before it's fine.
Because I think that's what's bothering a lot of people right now, is that it feels like it feels right now, because of how the trailer was put out, that the world feels empty as hell. And I'm like, that's not necessarily the case, but they're intentionally only showing you the starters. I think this is the least information we've gotten from a reveal in a while. Like, even X and Y, we got the legendaries. We didn't even get the legendaries in this game. We literally only have some of the world. We know the map of the world, the starters, and what the protagonists look like. And we've only seen like 1 or 2 trainer battles, which I guess we should mention have slight upgrades. Like, instead, like, it's kind of like Let's Go's, where they're using the in-game model as the picture, except the characters look way better for some reason. In Sword and Shield. It's gonna take me a while to get used to calling it that. God.
Well, that's because there's less of a bloom effect over the overworld, as compared to Sword and Shield. So it's more like a traditional style with no effects on top of it. So yeah.
So pretty much more straightforward laid out.
Well, a straightforward look that is very detailed, as opposed to very bloomy, like some like Vaseline over the screen kind of thing.
Yeah, because I think we need to mention that. Like, if you notice in some of the battle cutscenes, like, you can see like full detailed backgrounds, whereas in the other games you got like a glimpse, you got like some minor architecture, but it wasn't anything like that major.
Well, then again, though, you also remember the 3DS wasn't powerful enough to render all of the background
But I
stuff
mean,
at the same time.
even Let's Go's battle scenes aren't that detailed though.
Right, but that was part of the motif of the game, just very simplistic, very not, very simplistic details, not like full on.
Right. I just kind of wanted. I was just trying to make the point that like there is effort here because I think some people think that this was a step back, and I think it's primarily because they're looking at it on the surface level.
Right.
Well, then obviously you got the people who are mad that this is not a Gen 4 remake.
I was like, I'm like at this point, I was like, stop thinking about Gen 4 right now, because I don't know how, because how long did it take for Gen 3, the original two, for Omega Ruby and, Ruby Sapphire?
If you go from when Gen 3 was released in 2003, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And,
well, technically 2002, but
in Japan, in Japan. And Alpha Ruby and Omega Sapphire, no.
Other way around.
Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby didn't come out until 20, what was it, 15?
2015. Yeah.
15? So that was about 12 years.
12, 13 years.
And then Gen 4 came out when? 2006?
6 and 7.
6. So if we're going by that, then they would actually the timeline would have been this year or next year.
Yeah.
Which
there's probably a good chance next year, probably.
Honestly, I would personally hope that they just focus on expanding this game. If this game, because I mean, granted, we don't know what the post game for this game is like, but if it's not great, I would spend the next year pushing the post game for this.
I would, if I were Game Freak, I would actually optimize the engine for DLC, because then it'll add more value, and then you could sell stuff later.
Yeah, which I guess, what would DLC entail for a Pokemon title though? Like, is that just a new area? Is that, it's not new Pokemon to catch, is it? Or is it a new story sequence, I guess?
Yeah, maybe new post-game content, like new story or more areas.
We do see a traditional Pokemon Stadium in here, which actually would be kind of cool if all the gym battles took place in like legit stadiums.
That'd be freaking awesome.
Because then it makes it seem like a real spectacle. It's like like they treat Pokemon battles the same way they treat like sports games,
or maybe even league battles for that matter. But that's just wishful thinking.
Also, like league battles are open. Well, see, that's always been a weird dichotomy. Like in the anime, they always show Pokemon battles as like a full on event. Like everyone's in the crowds and shit. But when you fight them in the games, they're always like these weird singular fights. Like there's no one around. You're in this room with this other. Like it's almost a completely different feel. So it could be that they're trying to take that full on spectacle, like, and make it in canon. So in the canon,
I would definitely love that approach if they went with the way the anime is done. I certainly would not mind it at all.
No.
So maybe the sequence at the end is, well, I mean, it could still be the soccer stuff, but it could also be like, listen, this is like battles here. Gym fights are something to behold, and we want everyone to get.
So basically, like a multi-purpose stadium, they could probably do.
Actually, because now that I think about it, actually, gym fights are literally the opposite of in the anime versus the games. Oh no, I'm lying. The anime gym fights, they never have a crowd for the most part.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, not that I remembered.
Other than Ash's friends, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, and then which is like the games. The games don't have crowds. There's a few exceptions, but most of the games gym fights don't have crowds. But for some reason they flip the script when it hits the league, which I think works better in the anime. But then it brings up why isn't that a big of a deal? Like, why is there no crowd or no like? Why doesn't the public get in on the enjoyment of battles? I guess. And this is just me theorizing a bunch of fucking ideas at this point. We're just at speculation.
Now that you brought it up, though, I kind of remember, like, I think once, like, I don't know if you guys remember from Diamond and Pearl with Volkner, and he had his gym battles televised to everybody when Ash went under his rematch, or I think it was either first time or a rematch. I don't remember. But
well, I think it was. No, he beat Volkner on the first try, I think.
Yeah, but then they were televised, and like everyone in the city got to see it. Like that was like the closest thing I can think of that's like the public was like involved.
And then you got what's her name, Elsa or Elise in Gen 5.
Yeah, at least that's
Hers was like a fucking fashion show.
Yep.
So like hers was like a legit event.
Yep.
So some gym leaders do it differently, but it's usually based off of their personality. It was weird because Volkner's personality was so quiet and reserved. It was weird to televise the battle, but hey, that's what they do. Anime in the games obviously handle things differently. At this point we're just theory crafting because, like I said, unfortunately, there's not a lot to talk about the game because there's not a lot here. Like I said, we only know the name of the region, a map of the region, the starters and their names and types, and we've seen what our characters look like. And like I said, like we were mentioning before, there's not a lot in the world right now. We've seen a trainer fight. We know they exist, pretty similar to the way they've always existed. I guess I'll answer Singyan's question. Singyan was asking, do you guys think the anime is going to end this year now that we have the new game announcements?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I mean, it has to.
So you think they're going to finish up all of Sun and Moon by the end of the year?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like they're wrapping up already, just from like the.
Don't usually animes. And TSS can correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm sure he probably knows a little bit more about it. But,
Also, Vanessa, you were right. He did fight Volkner twice. Singyan said the first fight was interrupted by Team Rocket.
Yeah, I was like, it's been a while. I remembered.
Well, if we go back to the last few generations, okay, Gen 3's anime started in October 2002. Gen 4's anime started in October 2006. Gen 5's anime started in late September 2011. And then Gen 6 started in October 2013.
Yeah.
And then Gen 7 started in November 2016.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that usually September, October would generally, other than being Sun and Moon.
Yeah, September, October, November.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we're right about that one.
And most of them are pretty close.
I would
think
by September, October, they would end the anime. The question of how they would end it is a different topic for another day. But I generally think that either September or October for Sun and Moon is when they'll end it. But they could probably extend it for another month, depending on what's going on with the games. Though I don't know if that will necessarily be true.
Also, they said the Diamond and Pearl anime, it was September 2006. I don't know.
September 06.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't tell.
Look on PM.net. It's pretty much
Yeah.
So it sounds like the trend is like between September to November for most things.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I guess for the
just remember, folks, I'm on a bus right now, and I don't have anything open, so I'm like, this is rote memory here.
Oh yeah.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah,
we're not here critiquing to that degree. I guess for people in the chat, if they want to ask questions, we can do that. Because like I said, otherwise it's going to be more theory crafting for the rest of this. Because there's not a lot. There's not a lot here to go off of. And the pictures, although are beautiful, and some of them are super interesting, unless I want to get on some game explain shit tonight and fucking analyze the fuck out of every single image. I guess for the hell of it, we'll do this for the fun of it. What do you think the Final Evolution's typings are going to be for each of the starters?
Ooh.
Because
I was saying firefighting for the rabbit.
Yeah, I think
as much as I don't like that, I think it makes the most sense. He's definitely a sports rabbit. Like that's definitely the gimmick I'm getting from it. It almost
maybe the monkey could be grass ground.
Yeah, we don't know what kind of monkey is gonna go to what direction we're going towards.
That's a little hard to be honest. But I could see it maybe.
I would argue.
I think the water one's kind of hard to digest.
The water one's so in its like infancy stage. The problem is these are probably the more, except for the rabbit. I think the rabbit's pretty clearly defined. The monkey and the fucking lizard are can go in either direction.
Yeah.
Considering we've already had like a orangutan and a traditional gorilla Pokemon like Slacking and Origaru and Oranguru, and Pansimian. Like, I can't see what direction you're gonna take that monkey in that hasn't already been done. Actually, they did 2 of those just in Gen 7.
Mm-hmm.
Slacking being like one of our first monkeys, and I guess technically Primate is Primate considered a monkey? Is he a mix of both, like a pig?
I kind of consider that line to be monkey.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if it wasn't considered a monkey.
So maybe he's more like a sloth. Maybe that's what the direction they might go with. I don't know. Like monkeys.
I don't know.
It's
If I had to take a shot in the dark, I can see the. I can definitely see the ground. But I'm just thinking of design. It wouldn't surprise me if he's more of an aerial monkey, like a flying monkey.
Still fire
that'll be
flying?
interesting.
I guess.
No, grass flying. That wouldn't.
No. I mean, I'm talking about for the monkey.
No, he
Monkey's
could
the monkey's grass.
Oh, I'm talking. Okay, well, I'm talking about the bunny. My bad. Shit.
Okay, yeah.
Actually the bunny. It wouldn't be flying.
Fire flying. I don't think so.
I guess you know what I might
It's
do.
either gonna be like firefighting, or maybe I don't know.
Somebody
Another
in
shot
the
at the-
chat. Somebody in the chat mentioned fire and normal or fire steel.
Actually, fire normal wouldn't be a bad typing. Actually,
no, yeah.
it'd be different. And then they're saying
It'll be
for the-
different.
Water poison isn't a bad typing.
Water
either.
poison. Yeah, water poison would work too. I think.
I can see it.
But the idea is usually if they do that, they always have the other types like counter it. Like even with Delphox, Chestnut, and Greninja.
Well, let's take another shot in the dark. How about fire fairy? How about that?
Ooh.
Ooh, that'd be an interesting typing.
I guess it brings up the question: Are they gonna go a Blaziken or are they gonna go a Delphox with Score Bunny? Because I'm not saying because Delphox is very obviously feminine to me. Like when I look at Delphox, especially like you can get feminine, and then obviously Torchic to Blaziken, that's definitely masculine. So is it gonna be like a tomboyish bunny? Is that what we're gonna get? Actually, I'd be fucking down for that dead ass. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, you know what we could do? Because I think because the point I was making before is that like Delphox is fire psychic, which beats grass fighting, which was what Chestnut was, which beats water dark. So that means usually the dual typing also correlates. So if you got normal fire for the rabbit, that means it would beat maybe grass ghost for the monkey, which could lead into maybe water psychic for the frog.
I could never see psychic for the frog.
I mean, this is obviously we're just guessing here.
Actually, speaking of images,
it'll be
after
funny.
the
It'll be funny. Like 6 months from now, we'll be right, and it's like, told you so.
I mean,
Well,
I'll take
because
the credit for it.
it's better. It's easier to guess the typing than it is the design. Like I think
That's true.
like the Score Bunny is the only easy one because it already looks like a soccer player in its first form. So by the end of it, it's probably gonna look like a full blown like decked out like FIFA player essentially.
Yeah, it's gonna look like messy.
We're gonna get a Pokemon. We're gonna get a Pokemon crossover in FIFA 2020, and it's gonna be Score Bunny's Final Evolution.
FIFA 2020.
Oh yeah, wait, it's going to Japan though, 2020, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So like that'd be cool.
Yeah, see, it all ties together.
Oh
It
god,
all
not
comes
that again.
together.
Saiyan is guessing fire electric.
That'd be interesting.
No, the bunny doesn't strike me as the shocking type.
Nah,
No, but
it's
then
more-
again, did you think Finnegan was gonna turn into a fucking mage?
No.
That's, like the second forms are usually the weirdest forms because they like even Chessman's second form. We were like, what is that?
Yeah, that shit was weird.
So we can't. It's hard to guess off of their base forms because in some gens it doesn't fucking matter. Even Litten was pretty straightforward. Poplio was kind of weird, but I definitely like it. I think actually Gen 7 was pretty straightforward, all things considered. They just kind
I
of
mean, yeah, everyone turned that.
Yeah.
they
everyone
kind of
wasn't-
stayed the animal they were going for. Whereas
Yeah.
Yeah.
then you had things like Gen 3 where you went from Torchic to Blaziken and you're like, that is not the same Pokemon. There's no way in hell.
No,
I
Gotta
would
give-
even go for a little
drugs.
kick me into this huge like chicken.
Even, I mean, and granted, Mudkip kind of stayed the same base, but I didn't expect us to go into Water Ground. And then you had Trico, which, holy shit. Some of them, it's weird. Some of them say their base looks and some of them don't. It kind of depends on the animal they're based off of. I don't expect the bunny to change much. As long as they don't go in the Diggersby direction, I'm cool with the rabbit.
Yeah, I'm the same way with the rabbit because I was like, I can't. What other besides Diggersby? Baneri was also the other rabbit too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lopunny and Baneri.
Uh huh.
Is that it for our rabbits representation?
As far as I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
There aren't that many rabbits representation, and then lizards, we got a good chunk of those. And they range from being like realistic frogs to fucking wherever the hell Poliwrath is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
An abomination, I guess.
Polytoad.
Well, Polytoad is an abomination too, but at least Polytoad looks like a toad. Looks like an actual frog.
That's a toad at least.
I think they're gonna go full. I think they're gonna go full salamander with this one. I don't think they're gonna go frog. I think they're going like full salamander. Because they went snake for like Snivy's evolutionary line, so I don't think we'll go that far again. And then I guess the monkey is the weirder one. Also, because it's just, to me, it's unnatural to see a monkey green. Like, there's just too much green
Yeah.
on a monkey.
He kind of reminded me a little bit of Chimchar at first when I saw the monkey.
He has the same basic body shape, all things considered.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If nothing else, he looks pretty. He looks pretty close. I don't know. We also don't know the theme of this region.
Yeah,
Sword
we
and
don't-
Shield, when it comes to Britain or in the UK, what does that mean? Oh, maybe it's a royalty thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like the
I would
king,
say-
the queen, and maybe the prince. Or
No, I would think actually it's more like it's more like harking back to the days. If anybody remembers the game Defender of the Crown back in the 80s and the 90s,
Oh my goodness.
you're the only one who remembers that, TSS. I'm tell you right now.
because it's basically like this medieval knights and stuff, knights and warrior, like knights game, like where you basically go and you have like the lancing things on the horses.
Oh, someone's in the
And-
comments saying armored evolution.
Yeah, that's
You know,
that's
there-
part of
it
that
actually-
4chan
it
leak
actually
thing.
That actually reminds me. Yeah.
Oh,
that's-
nobility. It could be based
That
around
leak, that
the
leak.
concept of nobility.
That
Yeah,
could be it.
don't they have like knights and all that over there?
The only problem is that you already have Chestnut, which is already kind of a knight class. I mean, granted, they're representing JRPG classes, but still, I don't think they would go for a knight again. And if they do, which one would it be?
Shit.
I would expect.
Well, at least it's not going to be like a character from freaking Keeping Up Appearances or something where you just sit down and drink beer and freaking hit the TV to turn it on.
Actually, I'm starting to think of like solitaire, like king, queen, jacks, aces, jokers. Huh. You could have Squirrel Bunny be the ace.
Well, as I mentioned before when I was beginning the stream, the code name of this game is probably is most likely Orion, and that was, like I said, the warrior kind of theme, the medieval warrior mythology kind of thing. So, it uses swords and shields. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of warrior or knight element into the main story of the game. Like I would love if he actually had to, if the let's say, once again speculation, if the antagonist group of whatever team we're getting is trying to like uprule a royal family, and your job is to try to stop them.
I mean,
That
like
would actually be a pretty good story.
Oh, like they're trying to revive their lost legacy. Like
Well,
this-
not Lost Legacy. Like let's say the region. I'm just switching. They're trying to relive like they have the
What in
region
the fuck?
the region. Sorry, the region has. I know, isn't that crazy?
Transition, folks.
Yeah, high fidelity. Hi.
Anyways,
High
go on.
fidelity.
You go from this region maybe might have like a royal family, like because of course, hey, it's a great if it's based off of
So
Great
this is
Britain,
like
why
ruled
not?
by a monarchy.
Yeah, you could say that.
So like maybe so maybe the Elite Four is like the family line, and maybe like you could
Maybe.
have them all tie in together. Like the gym leaders are like representatives of various parts of the government or courts.
Well, you could have a commonwealth too. I mean, that's
Oh,
kinda
that's
how
true.
it works.
Okay,
I
that's
mean,
fine.
I would prefer if the Elite Four and the champion, whoever that would be like related in some sort of way.
I think it'd be kind of cool to have the evil team be mixed in with the main, like a couple of them are gym leaders, maybe a couple of them are part of the Elite Four and shit. Just to be like,
very interesting. Kind of like what they did that with the Pokemon manga, like with the first gen.
yeah, like
I
half
wouldn't
of
mind
the
that
gym
type
leaders,
of plot
half
twist.
of those gym leaders were evil. I think most of them.
I
Were
just
evil.
loved it actually.
But I think that'd be kind of a cool, like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, the champion of this region is also the evil team. So like you wouldn't even need like, oh, who's the champion that we need that's inspiring me? Oh, the champion that's been inspiring me this whole time. Oh yeah, he's also the leader of the team that we've been fighting.
That'd be really cool.
Like the confrontation of the story also correlates with you beating the Elite Four. So now you don't need to be the Elite Four just because you want to be champion. You need to be the Elite Four because this asshole who's been causing all this shit in this world is the goddamn champion. You're like, ain't no fucking way you getting away with that. So it feels like a legit climax. Because the biggest issue I always had is that, like, most Pokemon games, you do some stuff, you're introduced to the team in the beginning, and then in the middle of the game, you have this huge climax that usually makes your focus only be the evil team. And then you beat the evil team, and then you go and do the champion stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like there's a weird split off. So why not take that split and combine it together? So, like, have the villains be gym leaders and Elite Four members and even the champion. So now you have to fix this corrupt system by beating the ones that need to be replaced. And then all your side characters could be like your replacement gym leaders for like a future game or something. I mean, obviously, this is me thinking way into the fucking future if they even do this. I just think it'd be a really cool concept. Because it's something different, but you're still doing essentially the same shit you've always been doing. You've always been fighting gym leaders. You've always been going to new areas and beating up the Elite Four and the champion. But now you need to do it because of plot and because you care about the characters being affected. The only thing that alludes to that not being the case is because everything looks a little bit too nice and clean, and I don't see any signs of corruption, unfortunately.
Well, actually, I could also bring up maybe speculation of what kind of characters the the antagonist team is going to be. Since we're talking about British folklore, why not that? Why? What are the odds that the evil team might look like a bunch of Robin Hoods?
Oh, so you maybe they're
That'd be
not
very cool.
evil. They're more like middle ground villains.
No, I'd say they're still villains. It's just that they'll dress up like
Maybe they're villains
kind
who
of
don't.
a
Maybe they're
Robin
villains who
Hood.
don't believe
Like
themselves.
Robin Hood.
Maybe kind of like how Team Plasma was, where they didn't, where some of them didn't believe. That
Yeah,
they were
I mean,
doing the
we're
wrong
talking
thing.
about like the feather hats.
Yeah,
and
get
stuff,
T Plasma some justice.
like the feather hats, kind of like the Robin Hood kind of motif outfits. Because wouldn't that make sense if the whole story was about royalty?
Actually, yeah, I'd be totally down for that. I'd be curious to see if the team,
Yeah.
maybe the grunts are the ones we keep seeing the most of, and it's like, and it's a constant like, you guys think you're doing the right thing, but you're still hurting people. But they're like fighting under the service of certain royal family members, who happen to be certain gym leaders, or certain league champions and whatever.
Make them Americans. What the hell? This is not the fucking Tea Party.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Tea Party.
Also, people are asking, what timeline do you think these games would take place in.
Well, I think it's
Because we technically
I-
do need to go back to that. It's been a while since we've had to address it.
Oh my god.
I mean, last time was like what, black and white?
No, in Sun and Moon, the alternate, the ultra.
No, it was like so many dimensions.
Oh, that timeline.
Yeah, that
Oh,
timeline.
no.
Are we talking about? Because I think people that came to the conclusion there's two timelines. There's the Mega Evolution timeline and there's the non-Mega Evolution timeline, and the I think Sun and Moon kind of co-signed on that because you had two versions of Annabelle in the same dimension. Like you had this Mega Evolution Annabelle in the same dimension as normal Annabelle, and it became like this whole thing. If you did now, granted, we're talking about some shit that we won't even know until the game is out. Like people are gonna have to beat the game and go do all the extra post game shit to even get hints because they're not gonna tell us in the main game. I already know that.
I wonder if they're gonna do something all new altogether.
Random
right?
train to nowhere is like Gen 5.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus.
That's right. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like so it's kind of like the Toronto subway system. No. I'm not even from Toronto and I know a lot of people will get that reference.
You got a bunch of fucking connections. We know.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean when you go to these
I know where
when you
your
go to a lot of
loyalty
places-
lies. He's a-
Well, thing is though, you got to remember that the MTA kind of neglected, a lot of the parts of the
Hey,
New
listen,
York
don't
Transit.
make this sad, please. Don't do it. It's too
Evil
it's
team robs your Pokemon. Ah.
you dick. You dick. I like
That would be such the Robin Hood kind of motif. That would actually sound fun, but at the same time, it's kind of depressing.
It was always meant to be depressing. Jesus.
Well, actually, if you think about it, maybe they could write that as part of a storyline, right?
I feel you know what's gonna bum me out. We come up with all these fucking ideas and like the game,
And they never get used.
Yeah, the
Well,
game is nowhere close to this.
Well, hey, people can make a ROM hack, make our ideas.
Yeah, but
Just give me my 3.5 cent royalty when you finish that.
Well, I mean, they can't sell it. Well, we
Close.
can't. People are getting copyright strike just for trying to just upload reactions today. So I mean, there's no money in this.
Get taken down for that.
Say what?
I think AG's got taken down for that. if
Yeah, I saw a
heard
bunch of
correctly.
people. I saw some calling me Johnny said something on Twitter. Like they're all Pokemon Company does not play. It's like even when Nintendo gets their shit together with the copyright, it's like Game Freak's like
They got it worse lately in the last several years.
well, because you got the shit with ShowPro with the anime, and then you have Game Freak with the games. It's like you can't fucking win.
No.
Neo Swordsman, it's not going to be Pokemon Magic. People have been saying it's Pokemon Gun. That would.
Yeah, I don't understand the gun. Why the gun?
Yeah, why?
Is that just a meme or what?
It is a meme.
Probably me.
Oh, so we're just fucking assholes. I get it.
Oh.
I get it now.
There's actually one thing in the trailer that kind of got my attention, and I kind of posted about it in chat, and I was kind of wondering maybe there was some ground of discussion to it if we could.
Okay.
It's in the Discord chat, but basically
It's like in the Discord chat. Oh,
Yeah.
the weird
That.
the fucking now
I wonder what that is. I wonder if that's a prelude to what a legendary might look like, or
I doubt it.
something.
Actually, if
I have
anything,
no
it looks
idea.
like what's the electric legendary and the Ultra Beast in Sun and Moon. It kind
No,
of
it
looks.
doesn't.
Yeah, but I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that.
I'm saying that's what the closest it looks to, though.
Nah, it doesn't.
Nah,
I know it's
I
based
don't
off of
see it.
something that's actually in like the real world. Because I saw people bring up a picture of it.
Well, not only that, but also the thing that's on the left that kind of looks like a swirl, like something electricity coming out
So
of
that means
it.
Poliwhirl is the new representative.
Oh my god!
It means Poliwhirl is the one. He is
Oh
the,
shit!
He is the true savior of this world. I'm also side note. There is so much fan art. There's so much fan art.
Well, that's kind of to be
Oh
expected. Though.
God, but there's so much, Jesus.
Hmm.
I literally have not stopped seeing fan art. It is insane to me. Also, it's fuck. You guys are great. All of you who draw art, you're fucking great. It's beautiful. I need more pictures of my rabbit. So if anyone wants to send me more pictures of the rabbit, I'm down with that. I co-sign on that. So
Also going off topic for about a couple of seconds here. The event at Nintendo New York with all the Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee stuff. And by the way, I did get to take a picture with the Floofmeister and Pikachu, so that's a life goal achieved.
yay.
They had a lot of visors of Pikachu and Eevee, and most people like there was like 3 Eevee left and like a whole crap ton of Pikachu left. So you know how people think of the Floofmeister?
Highly.
Very highly.
Well, I mean, Eevee is Eevee. I mean, people. I saw people. I don't know. I was watching reactions to the Detective Pikachu trailer from the other day, and you know, how many people looked at the Flareon evolution sequence was like,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
like Eevee,
exactly.
it's Eevee, and you're like, it's not Eevee, but I see you care, but it's not Eevee. Eevee, it's not Eevee, ma'am, sir. Apparently, Eevee is very popular with the ladies. So good job, Eevee. You're popular with the ladies. Also, this picture made me laugh. Very.
Oh my god.
That's, why did people do this? Oh shit! Oh no! Kingdom Hearts fan. See, I shouldn't have done that. I went on Twitter for a second, and now all I see is fucking artwork.
No shit.
Wow.
Holy
That
shit!
is awesome.
That is so. God damn it! I should have
People
known. Yeah,
and somebody has already missing, like they want this particular game too.
what game? What's this?
Oh my god, that is so adorable.
But
Mystery. Oh, mystery dungeon.
How many people? I'd be curious. How many people? And people in the chat answered this too. How many of you guys really want another mystery dungeon game? Dead ass.
Well, for sure, Dungeon is fun.
I'm not. I never got into it, but that's why I'm asking people in the chat. How many of you guys would go for another mystery dungeon game? Because it seems I'm not overly interested in the idea. I gotta wait because there's lag. I'm not overly interested in the idea, but I know people are very excited, so I'm not gonna take that away from them. But I will question it. New Pokemon Conquest, please. Red Dragon doesn't care. Neosaurus, but never got into it. Conquest is a weird. I think it came too late. It literally.
Well, the other problem is it's Nobunaga's Ambition reskinned. It's like how many times? I mean, you know how many Nobunaga's Ambition games that I've seen in both Tokyo and here? Like at least 3 dozen different ones. And there's even an arcade game for Nobunaga's Ambition made by Sega, and that's a competitive game.
Oh wow.
Why?
Yep. Because
I guess
it's
because
the
it's-
lore of like Japan, you know. If you
Yeah,
look
that's like
on
saying why Dynasty
Sega,
Warriors isn't popular.
yeah, I mean if you look on like Sega Japan's channel, they would have tournaments of Nobunaga's Ambition. They have like it's basically like 2 candy cabs next to each other, and then they're basically fighting against each other like the whole army. It's kind of fun to watch.
That's crazy, yo.
Mm-hmm.
That is absolutely crazy. I mean, I dig it. It's just crazy to me.
And it's like tons of strategy. And
People are
it's
so
really-
obsessed with this Pokemon Snap. You just wait. Listen, just wait, guys. They're gonna announce a selfie mode for
Yeah.
Sword and Shield, and you're gonna see your female or male character do the thing with their mouth wide open, smelling like cheese. Cheese. I guess that brings. Are we gonna get Pokemon Amiya back? Is that coming back as a feature?
I don't know.
Because that wasn't in. Let's go.
We'll see.
Well, it kind of was, but it was only one.
Oh, because it was only with Pikachu and Eevee.
Yeah.
Yeah, but would you want that version of it?
Well, and technically, the berries also entice the wild Pokemon, so it kind of almost like that.
You're thinking about it, debating it. Oh, someone actually have already drawn.
Also, I like to use the name Crystal King Revolver. What is if you listen to Crystal King? What is your favorite song?
I wonder if that's what it's referring to.
I don't know. but
Someone
if it
already
is,
drew
then-
like potential evolutions.
Oh my god.
I think I'm cool with the tribal version. I don't. You know what? Fuck it. I like the cricket version of the monkey. The lizard.
Oh,
Donkey
Kong.
Kong.
Yeah, everyone's like DK, Donkey
I
Kong.
wouldn't mind DK.
I'm surprised no
Fuck
one's
it.
I'm surprised I have not seen fan art of DK and Grookey yet.
Saw in the chat. Make it. I'll pay you.
I'm pretty sure it already exists. To be fair, other than them trying to take the fucking mouth off of Grookey because they think it doesn't exist. They think it's a beak. He is probably the weirdest monkey I've seen in a while.
Oh, somebody brought up a good comment. Will the MC emote in the game though?
God, please let him do it.
Let
By the
him
way,
or her. Fuck it.
They never
By the way,
fucking.
in the-
It's this weird, awkward thing where they never stop smiling. Ever.
in our little Discord chat thing, I'm gonna put probably what is the best the best person at the event today. It's the best person at the event today is this guy right
Why
here.
did someone take? Someone's already taken Score Bunny and put him in a fucking Sonic level, guys. I know he or she is a rabbit. Don't start throwing him into bad games, all right? I love Sonic, but we know better than this. Relax, yo. Fucking relax. What did you post? Oh,
The best guy at the place today.
it's always these beautiful moments.
Yeah, but
the
I wish I
MC
could have gone there.
the MC smile is
That wouldn't
endless.
work.
No, look at the plush.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it one more time.
It's that Pikachu meme face.
Oh, I see it now.
That's the
I was like, I couldn't see it from like when I was like, oh, it's... Okay, I
that's
see
a
it now.
no, that's a creativity.
Oh, he has like the meme face. Ah!
Oh my goodness.
They say basically like there's everywhere. It's everywhere. Every
Actually,
time.
that's a good point. Customization. Is it going to be expanded from the other games?
Probably.
Yeah.
Because obviously if you're training if your character can change into like sports outfits, it has to be possible.
You think they're going
Yeah.
to be like full sets and everything?
Yeah, for sure. Full sets and individuals, I would say.
Don't make me buy everything. I'm a broke bitch. I'm out here trying to become the bitch. I'm 10 years old. Don't charge me $1,000 for a fucking pair of pants. Right? That seems a little extortionist, right, guys? No? Fucking assholes.
You can see it.
They don't care. They just want my money. Piece
Yeah,
of
because there's a
shit.
brand name on it.
Man,
I wish you could make it
why?
right.
Because there's a fucking lizard on the side? That doesn't count. It's a bunch of bull is what it is.
Mhm.
I feel cheated. And then I guess the final question is, what's the legendary? We're gonna get like is the legendary maybe a knight? And depending on the game, he has either a sword or a shield as a weapon.
I think that might go in that concept if they kind of call those games. They usually do.
It's a wolf knight legendary. That's what it is.
Mining? Maybe, because hey, we're in a cave, we're like in the mine tunnel, right?
Yeah, but we've been in caves before, like, we've mined. The last time we did that was with Steven. Fucking miss you, Steven. Word up to your mother. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Maybe. Possibly. I doubt it because we've been in mines before in other games.
Yeah.
I don't think it means much. Also, apparently there's a meme that every time we get a new Pokemon game with customization, that the NPC trainers tend to have better outfits than the main character can get. Also, someone has made a reference that I find absolutely astonishing. And I must share with you all. Because this is pretty,
Oh boy.
it's so dumb, but it's funny. It's so
Oh my
dumb.
goodness. Oh, the Powerpuff
Oh
Girls?
my god.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
No.
It's so dumb. I'm sorry.
No.
It's so
Wow.
dumb.
I refuse.
Why? You know what? What's the problem? I don't see what the problem is.
Well, at least if it's the 1997 Powerpuff Girls, I'll be fine with that.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
true.
Yeah, it's not. It's the 2016, right?
Hold on, let me see. I didn't look to see. You can tell.
They're like
No, That's the old school
Yeah.
Powerpuff Girls because you can tell because of Bubbles. Bubbles doesn't have that. No, Buttercup doesn't have that weird tuft of hair sticking out that she does in the new ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that,
Yeah,
that-
so
this is
that's
90s.
right.
This is the good one. We approve. Let's see.
Actually, speaking of which, I have to watch Powerpuff Girls Z again. That came out like 10 years ago.
I watched some of it. It's all right. I'm not crazy about it.
I mean, it's a good interpretation.
It's okay. It's fine. We're okay with it for right now.
I think I saw a couple episodes too. I feel like the same way.
Yeah, I like how we completely have gone off. See, fucking Power Girls, you're the problem of all. You're the reason why we can't have anything nice in the world. Fucking garbage. Anywho, I need to stop. I've gone down the rabbit hole, no pun intended, of a bunch of fucking pictures on Twitter of the starters, and I need to stop that. I don't think do we have anything else we need to talk about with this game? I think that's literally it.
That's it.
Pretty
Yeah.
much it for now.
I mean, for right now, guys, there's not a lot.
Oh God! Oh, gosh.
What?
We're kind of like
There's why.
What?
Look at that tweet, and then look at the comparison. Somebody. What the
This-
fuck?
oh
This is-
wow.
Oh, oh.
Same energy.
Oh no! What?
Fucking.
Wow!
Oh no no no
For
no!
the sake of the culture, I'm gonna put this in the chat for you guys.
Yes, do it.
Oh my god.
This is the weirdest shit, yo.
Okay, now I see it. I was like,
What?
what?
Yeah, you had to like click the link and then you're like, oh, I get it. The fuck is wrong with people? Assholes. We can't just have nice things.
Yeah, right?
No, no, we can't.
Also, people think that Grookey's hair is a wig. And they keep drawing, and they keep doing pictures of them trying to cut it off.
Oh my goodness!
This is so. Why is this? And I guess who I don't know. If
Y'all are fucking weirdos.
From what you guys have seen on Twitter, which seems to be the prevailing Pokemon? You know how we always do this with our first evolutions. Everyone picks a
Scar
baby.
Bunny.
Oh really?
Yeah, I feel like the bunny's getting a lot of popularity.
It's good. 'Cause
Yeah.
The bunny is the best bunny. BB bunny.
Yeah, I love the bunnies.
I swear, rabbits are my favorite animal. I have no regrets whatsoever.
Even Crunchyroll did a fucking comparison. What the fuck?
Hey man, listen.
Wait, what?
I don't know what
Crunchyroll
is.
did it.
I'm all-
Crunchyroll did a comparison.
I'm all about
Wait,
VRV,
yeah.
yo. I don't
You have
believe in
the link?
Crunchyroll. Oh wow. Oh, I gotta
Oh wow. Okay.
wait.
No, I'm gonna press on there.
No, wait. I gotta share this. I gotta share the beautifulness with you.
Mhm.
It didn't take long. It did not take long. And I don't care. I'm surprised. The art has been
Oh.
pretty innocent. That's pretty cute. You can't take it.
That is cute.
He has the same phone. Trying to get a new phone.
Jesus Christ.
It's not that bad.
That is cute. Yeah, really cute.
You need to get a new phone. You need to upgrade type say you've learned your lesson, haven't you? Don't do that shit again.
That's the fucking $20 phone that you get at Metro PCS.
It's gangster as fuck though. We're not against it, but just remember, get your shit together. Get your fucking shit together. Oh my goodness. Oh no, I've crossed into the slight furry community, kind of, sorta. I said kind of, sorta because it's still innocent.
Okay, this one. This one.
Oh my god.
What?
Wow.
Ah, see?
It would like to battle.
The lore is coming. The lore is here.
Oh my god! You know, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
We don't care. But I guess I'll wrap it up for tonight, guys. There's not a lot else we can say, and at this point, we're just shit posting, which means
Yeah.
usually
Shitposting is fun.
when we start shit posting, that means it's time to start. And he's like, at least the battery is great. On the oh no, it's fine, guys. It's fine. Anywho, thank you guys for hanging out with us and chatting. TSS for being here through train ride or no train ride.
Bus ride.
We appreciate.
Wow.
Shut up. Shut up.
Almost tell him.
He couldn't do it. He could not. He couldn't help himself. He had to say, "I'm gonna correct this motherfucker. He got it wrong again. I was on a bus, like
Yeah.
Tyrone. Tyrone rides buses, and I ride buses. What's wrong with a bus? Anywho, it's besides the fucking point. Thank you guys for watching. I don't know if they might copyright me for just showing all these fucking screenshots in the background. I would hope not.
What you're gonna have to do then is you're just gonna have to like blank it out or something like that.
Life is hard.
Or you could put like a random fan art and just put that and just lay that over and
Hashtag
just do
YouTuber
that.
problems, folks. Just remember.
Yeah, there you go.
Remember the shit I have to do.
So just like take an image, like take a fan art image and you just stick it on top of where the other images are going.
And I did record a reaction. It's not great because I was at work, so I'm actually pretty quiet. So that may or may not exist on Twitch later because it's not gonna be on YouTube. It's just not because of copyright. That might get uploaded later. I'm gonna try to edit this down so it doesn't get copyright striked, and I'll put this up too. Other than that, thank you guys. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you, Richie. Thank you, TSS, for being here.
No, you're welcome.
And you're welcome.
No problem. No problem.
See, we try to get representation out here, folks. We need real fans talking about real games, not these fake hype.
Yeah, well, not like fucking comicbook.com or that.
Whoa, hey, listen, we're not calling out people. Don't do that. Cause I gotta deal with the consequences.
Dude, you know.
All right.
No.
Relax.
What I have to do is take a video of me when I was at LAX airport, and then just take the people mover sound effect. Put that over my.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
And with that being said, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Thank you guys for watching, and I guess.
Watch out for the Mewtwo tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah. So
one
more thing. So movie 22 trailer is going to drop during Oha Star tomorrow. It starts at 7:05 a.m.
So it's afternoon for me.
JST. So that's Friday morning JST, 7:05 a.m., which is 5:05 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
2 p.m. for me.
2:05 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah, there's a lot. The Pokemon train.
And for the folks across the pond, it's 10 p.m. 10:05.
The Pokemon train does not stop. The movie will be talked about tomorrow. We're recording, I think, Crystal parts tomorrow.
Pokemon Crystal.
The final parts of Pokemon Crystal, which for you guys will be a doozy. We have greatness coming.
Yes.
And then Friday, I don't think TSS will be there. But we're gonna do kind of a Pokemon retrospective podcast that hopefully I'll have up like Saturday or Sunday. So if you like Pokemon, there's more Pokemon
I hope the
coming.
humans don't look fucking like shit.
Gotta catch them all.
Please let the humans not look like shit tomorrow.
Jesus.
Bless.
Chill out, guys. All right. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.